Joe, lots of kids are now involved in the All-Stars cricket, which is a great initiative from the ECB. So I wondered if you could just give us a few basic tips for a young batsman. To start with, how do you grip the bat?
Very simply, chuck the bat on the floor, then looking at your hands, pretty much you got two V's pretty much here, going down the lines of your thumb and your index finger. Pick the bat up as if you're going to hit something hard with it.
Yeah.
Just whack someone with it if you like. And then try and get the V's as close down the outside half of the bat as much as possible, but at the same time just trying to be comfortable. Find something that's nice and relaxing that you feel really comfortable swinging the bat with.
Well, in the middle or the top of the bat? Where do you have it?
Again, personal preference. The more you play, you find that you get a lot more power gripping it up at the top, but you get a lot more control the lower down you get on the handle. So personally, I like to grip it somewhere in the middle. If someone's bowling a little bit quicker, I might choke down on it, but try and keep it in there as much as possible.
And are you gripping it extremely hard?
No, again, just nice and relaxed, whatever feels comfortable to you. A number of different players have different preferences, and I think more than anything, especially when you're starting out, you just want to be comfortable and find something that fits really well with yourself.
What about going to your stance, but do it front onto the camera? How wide are your feet?
Again, it does vary, and you want to find something that is really personal and comfortable to you, but I think a good starting place is just wide of shoulder width apart. You've got a nice bit of balance there, and you feel like you can move either way quite easily. You don't feel like if you're a bit tight or a bit shallow, if you like, then you sort of can fall over quite easily, and then if you get too wide, you can get a little bit stuck.
And a little bit of knee flex as well?
Yeah, a little bit of bend in the knees. Again, it just helps you. It stops you being really stiff, and it just means you can move a little bit more freely.
Go on. What guard do you take? And
depends.
What a basic thing, is it middle? Do you want to show your stumps a little bit? How would you suggest a kid takes guard?
Yeah, I generally start off on middle stump. I think you want to open up both sides of the wicket. You don't want to just limit yourself to one area. I think depending on the bowler, you might change that around, but as a fundamental starting point, I think it's a really good place to start. Make sure you've got the chance to hit the ball through the leg side and obviously access the offside as well.
Now, my daughter, she's 10, she's just started playing cricket. What should I tell her when she wants to hit the ball? Should she be looking to hit it for 4 every time, looking to block it, play defensive shots? What's the best thing for her to do?
I think more than anything, rather than thinking about the outcome of it, just try and keep them watching the ball as much as possible. I think really important is that you're making consistent contact, and then once you get good at that, you can start to advance it onto hitting it onto the leg side, hitting it onto the offside, and then bringing back the control. But I think it's really important that young kids having fun. It's all about them getting something out of it, and if they're hitting the ball consistently, they'll walk away from a session or whatever feeling really good about it.
And if they're playing tennis ball cricket, what should they be looking for on the ball? Anything, or just look at the ball as a whole?
Just watch the ball as closely as possible. I mean, if they're good enough to pick up the little writing on the ball, then they're better than me. Looking at the ball, I've got no chance of that. But as much as possible, concentrate really closely on the ball. Watch it all the way onto the bat, and as much as you can, keep your head still and swing as hard as you can.
Well, you said watch the ball. When do you start watching the ball? Is it when the bowler is at the end of his or her run-up? Do you follow the ball round the action, or do you look at a box?
I think for a good starting point is to just watch the ball for as long as you can. As soon as they start running up, if there's a chance that you can see the ball, even if it's moving slightly, you're giving yourself the best chance of seeing where it's coming from and picking up as early as you can.
Show us a bat lift.
Bat lift, so again, it's something that's really personal. I think you see me, but I generally try and move my hands to create a little bit of rhythm. Some other guys, like Johnny Bear, still likes to start with it nice and high so he can power through the ball. And then other guys, when you see someone back in the Stone Ages like Nasser Hussain, like to bat with it right down here. So
and get it that way,
exactly,
open the blade.
So it's so personal. I don't think there's a right or wrong way of doing it, but the only way of really knowing is through trial and error and finding something that consistently works over a period of time.
What shot would you start off playing?
I think just a basic, a natural swing of the bat. I think it's a really good starting place. Again, you just want to find something that's a good opportunity for a youngster to to make good contact with the ball. And most kids, it would probably something near a golf swing to start.
Just hit it.
Just hit it. Just get the feel of the ball on the bat, and then the more they do that, the more they naturally will progress to hitting it further on the leg side. Maybe if it's wider, hitting it through the offside, and then you can sort of tailor a game around that.
Well, talking about a game, we're in the indoor school because it's raining. It might rain on game day. Do you play dressing room cricket anymore, or are you too old and senior and professional?
Yeah, now you're
highly
captain.
trained for that, because you must have done that as a kid.
Definitely, played it all the time as a kid.
What were the rules? What was your?
There was so many rules. You couldn't be out first ball, obviously.
Well, even as at the hang-up, even now in the England dressing room, if you're playing, you can't be out first ball.
I think so. Yeah,
That's
normally
pathetic.
we don't play that much in the dressing room, but it's generally we've been off for a very long time, and we've run out of options. But there's some very good indoor players. Jimmy Anderson's an expert at it, and we have to bat opposite-handed as well if we do play. I mean,
You got
it's
bat
been a
left-handed?
long time since I've done it, but
Are you a good left-handed batter?
no, terrible.
Really?
So how do you want it to
Terrible.
go? So if I bowl a few, Joe, try and...
I reckon you bowl a few. I'll stay here, so I'm short leg, but you're not allowed an attacking shot.
No attacking shots.
And one hand, one bounce. Remember one hand, one bounce? Tennis ball.
Tennis ball should be fine. You're not allowed to hit anything on the full either.
You're not allowed to what?
Not allowed to hit any objects on the full.
Yeah. Anything but the floor is out.
Anything but the floor is out.
Yeah, I think you can bowl better. You try and spin it. Threw in the quicker one.
Talking about left-handed,
Yeah.
can you give us an impression of one of your colleagues?
One of my, yeah, I can try anyway. See if you can work out who it is. He scored quite a lot of runs, so it should be pretty easy to work out something like this. Yeah, he'll hate me for doing that.
If you know who that is, at Sky Cricket on Twitter, tell us who Joe's just done an impression of. Joe.
Cheers.
Thanks,
guys.